Right, so we're in the shed. Virago project, whatever part it is, I've lost count. I'll check that before I do the title, obviously. Yeah, right. Today, my plan is I want to get it back in the bike, the engine, obviously. But I've got a couple of things to be doing and checking and what have you beforehand. Number one, the blue wire. Thank you very much to my mate Richard, who put me on the right path to finding that on the wiring diagram and figuring it out that it's for the neutral light. The only downside to that is the left hand side engine case has to come off again to get to it, and then obviously because I've ripped the wire out, fingers crossed it's just pulled off a screw, but there is the chance that I've damaged that. Yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. We've also still got to get that stud at the exhaust, at the head basically for the exhaust. Need to double check my collets and stuff, make sure they're all groovy before I actually refit it. Really, I'm thinking I might get our Lachlan out to do a bit of cleaning to the frame. I don't know if that's really going to be worth it in the end, you know what I mean, but don't know if we need the neutral light to make it run, but I might as well fix it anyway. We've also got to put some oil in it before we can run it, but I have got a load of other shit to sort out to do today as well. So if I can get the manifold attached, I might have to source 2 bolts, because I think, if you remember, I had to chisel out 2 before. If I can get the manifold attached, I can get that blue wire sorted, make sure valves are all good, and get it into a position where it's in but not in, you know what I mean, then I'll be happy for today. But I don't know how long that's going to take, so this video is going to be bitten and bobbing. It's going to be all over the place because, like I said, I've got other stuff to do too. So for now, I'm going to potter about doing bits I can do right here. It's like 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning, so it's a bit early. So I've got to do stuff that can't make no noise. Then we'll get it into a position where we can lift it up, and now when my son gets out of bed and he can help me wiggle it back into the hole. Yeah, at that point it's just a little bit of minor wiring and earth or two and stuff and what have you, and yeah, we should be good to go. I've got also a 35 idle jet and a 200 main jet for that carburetor that we put on it last, which is a McCuney something or other, I can't remember now, which was actually told, well, he near on guaranteed that it would work. Obviously, there's nothing happens if it don't work, it's just more money down the pisser. But today, if this engine goes in and I get it wired up and we can get it running, or tomorrow, whichever way it works, it's going to be the be all or end all of the bike basically. Even if it runs shit, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep plowing money into it. If I can't get it to fucking run, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to put it up, spares, repairs, I'm just going to sell it. I've had enough of it. I just want a bike I can actually get on and ride a bit, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's what it is. Now, first things first, I think I'm going to weld up that stud and see if I can get that out, because that's a pretty quiet job I can do for now to start with. I'll show you what my plan is. This would have probably been easier while it was still flat on the bench, but never mind, I've done this 3 times already and it's come out. Not over, fill it out with weld, let it cool down, unwind it in theory, except this is my 4th attempt now, and as you see I'm running out of stud. Jam a little something in there before we start welding. Yeah, I'm not sure this is going to be the right way to do this, to be fair. It should have been done while it was out. I mean, I did try, but bugger, just made that more hard for myself. As they say, it is what it is. Alright, so she's glowing red hot now. Let her cool down a bit. I've got a little bit of spat on the outside of that there, but she'll be right. Try and find something to crack this off with now. Yep, she snapped off again. Why is it? I don't understand. It's just not coming out. And you saw there was a lot of heat in that. Surely that should come out now. Yeah, snapped off real good now. I don't even think that was moving. That is in there. Yeah. Next problem. Manifold reattached, bodged on with the old bolts for now because I couldn't be bothered to look for some new ones, but it's tight. Look at that for engineering perfection. I mean, but I know it's sealed. It's not as bad as it looks. That was just for me to make 100% sure it was sealed. I smeared it in fucking gasket sealer just to be sure. Next thing, we need to really detach that wire from its plug and then spin around of this, check there's no more oil in it, and then crack that left hand casing, which has been off a couple of times already to do the starter clutch, etc. Do I need a neutral light? Does it need it in the circuit to work? Answer in the comments. Really, I should probably put that back in the bike before I do that, because it'll be easier. No, or will it? Talking out my arse. Give me a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we did drain this of oil when I took it out, didn't I? Because it seems to be full of fucking oil. I'd have put my left testicle on it that I'd drained that already. That's a bit weird. No, I haven't put oil back in it yet because it's in the kitchen by the microwave. So bugger. Oh, I'm gonna have to drain that out again then, aren't I? Fuck's sake. I was just having a look-see, and you can't see properly, but right up in there is where that goes, and there's a little bloody screw that blue wire screws onto. Doesn't look like I've damaged anything, just literally looks like I pulled it out. It's literally tucked under this piece of that side case. Why did they make that a piece of that? If they'd have made it like separate removable, right, then it'd save you loads of fuck arsing about. But nope. Oh well. I can't get anything in and at that angle to loop, because if I could just loosen it a bit, I could get it in. It's like one of them connectors that's like half round and half open, so I could slot it back in and nip it back up, but there's no way of doing that. Fuck me. Right, do I fit the engine then drain the oil again, or what? I don't know, but either way I can't do that right now because I'm going to need my son to help me, and he's probably still in his bed. Oh yeah, that's for the rectifier, because if you remember, he had the wrong type of plug on, so rather than fucking about trying to find the right plugs and stuff, whatever, I just soldered them together and he shrinked it, which is what I'll do again. It's not ideal, I know, but it will do. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna need me shit jack, not me car jack, like me shit one we used to get it out with. I believe we can get away with just putting the big bolt through the back, 2 bolts in there, and a couple of bolts in the front, enough to then rebuild the rest so we can test fire it. But like I say, that's the plan for the day, but I've got other plans to do stuff as well around the house for the wife, so it's going to be as and when it is. do I pull that now and drain the oil while it's up there? Might be easier to access stuff. All the start bollocks is in there. That was a pain in the ass to keep lined up when I put it back together last time. I don't know. Next clip will be whatever I'm doing next. Right, it's actually the next day. I got sidetracked all day yesterday doing dad stuff, destroying bunk beds, moving bedroom furniture, then getting other beds and mattresses, etc. And yeah, it was a ball ache. Didn't finish till like 6. Was not happy and was definitely not in the mood for playing with the bike. So, but this morning the wife came out after the kids went to school and helped me to wiggle the engine into the frame. So the engine's back in the frame. Not every bolt's back in, but there's enough to hold it in for the minute. But yeah, no, I'm going to work on getting it ready to see if we can fire her up. Now, like a bell end, I've just left the jets inside for the carb, so I can't rejet that right now, but that's the least of my worries. This wiring here is simple enough. It plugs in over here somewhere. Excuse me. This wiring out. Let's put a regulator rectifier, which is on the bench somewhere. That just needs wiring back up again. Ignition's over there still. I haven't reattached that yet. There's really no point in a minute. We've got to refit the live for the starter. Refit the yeah, for the bloody coils. I can't fucking think what they're called. What is wrong with this morning? Excuse me again. Should shut the exhausts back on, even though it's only got one stud that can hold it now. But it's not like be all end all. There's the earth on this side of the engine case that needs reattaching as well. Yeah, then we should be able to test fire it, I believe. Yeah, I think that's the bare minimum we're going to need to test fire it. But this is not massive, but it's a but. The blue wire, I now know where that goes. That goes to the neutral light in there. I'm not sure if it's required to make it run, but I've got to do it anyway. I want to drain the oil. I could have swore blind we'd drain the oil, but because I've got to get this side of the case off again to get that wiring. So I should probably do the dirty ass shit job first, and then I can go in and get cleaned up, have a brew, then come back and do the wiring, little bits and bobs. Quickly put some new jets in the carb. Yeah, we should be away. Right, well, I suppose I better get some oil change stuff out then and get the oil out of this and get cracked on opening this up. If you remember rightly, we've had this open a couple of times before due to starter clutch issues, and yeah, awesome. Really didn't want to go back in there again, but here we are. So I'm going to go find me electric ratchet, the right size Allen key, and I believe it's a 17 for the drain plug on this. I might be bloody wrong, but either way, going to get a pan, get that drained, get that cracked off, and get that pot. Then I'll show you the score Georgie does about the inside, so you can see what the score is, obviously. Okay, so that's the engine cover off there. You see, that's the start motor. That's the cog that drives that. That drives that, that drives that, blah, 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 blah. It's your stator. And you pick up this thing here. Oh, I tried to prop it up so I wouldn't lose all the bolts out of it. Most of them have fallen out, so that's fucking shit plan. Anyway, this spins around this, generates electrical current, something to do with magnets. Blah, 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 blah. That picks up your shit, sends it out through the wires to your CDI, TCI unit, to your HT leads here along these wires. Dunk. There you go. Your bike's firing and doing its thing. Right, I have noticed we have still got a tiny little bit of oil in the water in the oil there, but if you remember correctly, this oil was only put in literally to dump it straight back out again, to use it to flush it basically. I'm probably gonna now do one more of them just to be sure. What we're after is this little bugger here. Now there's a little screw, and that's what the blue wire connects to. What I should have done was disconnect the blue wire here, and then it would all come away, but I didn't notice, and there you go, I made a mess of it. So all this now is my own fault. I got nobody else to blame but myself. So I'm not complaining really, I'm just gonna crack on and get it done. So I'm gonna reattach the blue wire, clean stuff up, refit the case, and there you go. I'll bring you back when that's done. Right, it appears I've been really lucky and I haven't damaged anything there. Now, I was so bothered about routing the wiring back. Yeah, fucking idiot. So good job there's a bloody plug there, isn't it? So we can get that sorted. Right, so now, give stuff a quick clean. Then we're gonna get that back on and lined up, and it's a bit of a funny about. Second before last time I did it, I cocked it up and we had no starter motor afterwards, just but I should be able to do it properly first time this time. That's as crossed as my fingers can go. Fingers crossed. For anyone who wants to know, that's how that goes. The big ring on here and the little ring meshes the big timing ring at the back there. If you want to know, that's the starter clutch in there. That's brand new, as you can see. So we should be good now to put this side back together. Once I've cleaned that a bit more, where's that come from? I'll just clean that out. Yeah, once we clean out a bit more shitty oil. Alright, it's the casing back on. Ooh, little issue here. This one doesn't seem to be tightening up properly. Maybe I've got them round the wrong way somewhere, I don't know, but that shouldn't matter. Yeah, more wiring to pass back up through the frame. I suppose that's the next job. Top it up with oil as well, that's what we'll do. Or put some oil in it at least. Yeah, I should probably do that next before I forget. Right, so I've got these solder sleeve things. I'm going to use them to reconnect them white wires to the regulator rectifier. I know it's not quite the correct way to do it, but that's how I'm doing it. It's good enough for me. Got to reroute this wiring back up through there, reroute that bit, and then, yeah, got to use the heat gun to heat shrink them and to set the solder to melt. But I've also got some heat shrink I'm going to put around the outside of it too, just to be extra sure for the water and that. So that's if it ever does run again, because if it don't run or it don't do enough, it's gone, it's for sale. So we shall see. Needs more oil in it. I've just chucked a litre in it for now. It's hardly tickled it on the bloody glass down there, so I'm going to need to chuck about at least another litre in just for testing. But yeah, I'm going to get to wiring. Twat forgot his heat shrink. Never mind. Never mind. Right. I think we've got enough stuff assembled this side. I've done the earth on that side. I've got the coils to wire back up now. We need to put more oil in it. Rejet the carb and refit the carb. So we're getting closer to test firing it. Fingers crossed, people. Right, I believe, bar sticking the jets in the carb, everything else is wired and plumbed up enough to run it. There's still light that stands off and shit and what have you, but the wiring's attached to it and shit. Yeah, I think this is it. We need to put a bit more oil in it. I've got some more oil in the house. Right, yeah. Alright, so I need to go take my medication and have a little 5 minutes. So what I'll do is I'm going to go do that, get some more oil and get the jets. Then we'll come back up and we'll finalise that. And then once we're happy with that, it's test fire time, where I'm either going to be a very happy boy or very sad. Which you'll find out soon. It'll be a lot sooner for you lot because it'll be like a couple of minutes in the video, but real life's going to be about an hour. Until I find out whether I've wasted every single penny that I've spent so far and shouldn't have bought the pile of crap. And if that is the case, then it's being sold to spares or repairs, and that's the end of it. Because I'm done. Otherwise, that's it. I've got no more money to spend on it. I don't want to have to spend money on it if it's just, I mean, all it has to do is run, just sort of, just a little bit. That'll be enough. But if it don't, that's it. I am afraid. Okay, so I'm only going half full with the oil. What have we got to do now? 2 jets, and then we're ready. Jets all changed. Everything I think wired up. Engine fitted enough that we can start it, I believe. I'm actually feeling a bit sick. It's like, I'm not excited. I don't know what I am. First things first, let's just see if everything lights up when we turn the ignition on. Well, that's a good sign. That should be the carb filling up. Lovely job, Lee. Right, we'll turn that off for a second. We'll try and get you in a mount somewhere and we'll give this a go. Right, I want to get the best chance as I can, so I've hooked it up to that battery. I don't even know if you can see this on the camera. Oh, please work. Seems to be turning over easier than I expected. Let's turn that off. Let's give it another try. Right, something's not quite right. I'll bring you back. Right, I've triggered the mixture again, let's see. Oh, it sounds like she wants to go. Something's not quite right. Leave it with me a second. Leave it with me a second. Right, you just had the biggest fireball ever. So I better turn the camera back on so you can watch. what she wants. I don't know. Ho, 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 ho. That was a good one. And I think I got a little bit of leaky fuel now. Let me go and check on my shit and yeah, that was a good one. What is wrong with you? I don't understand. It's not working, people. We're pretty much exactly the same position we was in. Fuck off. I need 5 minutes. I just said fuck it. Spent ages searching around again to try and find my compression tester. I was going to test it and I found it and I was really happy. Then I realised it's not got the right end on it and I can't find the adapter. It's like my life is a joke to someone. Seriously reaching the end of my patience here. Really am. Well, I guess I won't be compression testing it then. I can't believe I've bloody lost it. I mean, I lost the whole thing, so I can't believe it, but I would have thought I would have took better care of that. I'm pissed off at myself. Surely that adapter. Okay, right. Someone might be a little bit of a knobhead. Does that just... I think that just screws in like that. Let's do a quick compression test. Oh, about 90 psi, 80, 90 psi, or 90 something. That doesn't sound like a lot to me. Let's do the rear cylinder. And that's the rear cylinder. Fuck off. I was confident the rear cylinder was fine. Turns out the front cylinder is the best cylinder out of the lot. That was about 92 psi to say. This is 50, 60, 70, 79. Fuck. Right, so the engine is more done than we expected. The engine is done. It needs a rebuild. Or a new one. What do I do now? I don't think I've got enough love for it to rebuild it myself. I need to go and have a read on the interwebs or on my manual, see what sort of PSI them cylinders should be. I guess somewhere about 120 at a guess. So we definitely probably got valve issue on the rear and all. But then why are we not spluttering to life on the front? I don't know. I'm going to whack the plugs back in and try it one more time. It sounds like it wants to go, but let's be honest, it's fucking not. Just been starting it till the start motor's now hot. Stinks of fuel in here, just getting just big backfires and stuff, and she's all timed correctly, I believe. That rear cylinder's got to be fucked. Why can't the front cylinder fire? What's going on there? Why is that not running? 92 psi surely is a runner. Fucking 79 psi, I think was the last one. That surely should be a runner too. Obviously, neither are like ideal in elf scale, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, well, I don't know. I did say that this would be the end of it if it didn't run today, but I feel it's close to being able to run. But obviously, then it's going to run. It's not going to be good because well, once it's been running a bit, had a few heat cycles, that rear cylinder might come back a bit. He might not, no. Now, do I buy an engine? Do I sell it, buy another bike? Do I keep it and buy another Virago? So then I've got a shit ton of spares because it's got brand new tyres on this. The forks have been reconditioned before I got it. The swing arm and that was all powder coated and stuff apparently, and I've done quite a bit to it myself, like start motor, bloody battery box and stuff. I've done new battery, rear suspension, starter motor, start clutch. Yeah, I've done a few bits and bobs. I don't know. I don't know if this will be the last episode or not. If you like the video, consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, all that bollocks. Make me YouTube famous. Then I'll have the budget to do whatever the fuck I like, and I'll just throw tons of money at it. But yeah, fuck it. I can't even give a shit. I'm not doing an outro, right? Yeah. Watch this space to see if there's another part to the series or not.